And they all say what?
That is cool.
That is cool.
Yeah, gotta take the leg with us.
Did you hit your head getting in?
No, I didn't.
Good deal. Good deal.
Normally do in my car, but I didn't in here.
Okay. I'm a little nervous with that camera back there. You want to start it? All you gotta do is just push the button and turn it loose. We got close. There we go. Well, have you ever been in a car like this?
No, not like this.
So, your name is Angela, and I'm Brian. Now, tell me about your cancer and how you got diagnosed and everything about you.
Well, I have breast cancer, but it was not found the normal way. Like a lot of people, it's found on just their yearly mammograms. No, that wasn't me. I also have a tumor disorder, and my brain has more tumors in it than they can count. I have tumors up and down my spinal cord, inside the spinal column. So I go to Vanderbilt several times a year for MRIs, and I have a tumor that's in between my 10th and 11th rib on my side that's been hurting me for about 8 years. And I keep trying to
Can they not take it out?
They can, but I keep trying to find a time to get it taken out, that I'm not having something else done. And in 20, I went up there to have a abdominal MRI done so that they could get a good picture of it, or a current picture. And when the doctor came in, he said, "We're not talking about that tumor today. We found something else that you need to have addressed." And at the top of the abdominal MRI, they found the breast cancer was found at the top of it, because it was at the lower left breast. So I came back home, called my gynecologist, and went in. And the next day he sent me for a mammogram and ultrasound. And it was obviously during COVID, so my husband couldn't go in. I was by myself. And after hold on, that's Vanderbilt. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. So I came back and I went in to have the mammogram, and they did the ultrasound, and they left me waiting in the room, which was unusual. And I waited and waited, and I heard some people talking outside the door, and the radiologist finally came in. And the way she was talking, I thought it sounded like they thought it was cancer. And they wanted to do a biopsy right then. They weren't going to send me home. They wanted to do it immediately. But they wouldn't let my husband come in. He had to stay in the car. But I didn't. I said, "Can I at least put him on speaker so that he can hear what's going on?" Because with everything going on, I don't have the best memory. So he was on speaker hearing everything.
Must be something going on. Hold up.
Yeah.
It feels so good, don't it?
Yes, it does. But they did the biopsy right then. Went home and had to wait a couple days, but got the phone call that it was cancer. And then they sent me for a breast MRI, and they found some more spots that were DCIS, which...
What is that?
It's a larger spot that's not actual cancer yet, but it can turn into cancer. So it was still in the same, it was still in the left breast, but nothing was found in the right. It was all in the left, but I chose to go ahead and have a bilateral mastectomy. And because I have the tumor disorder and I have a lot of allergies, I chose not to do reconstruction because I figured my luck, I would come up with allergies and be stuck with stuff I was allergic to and have problems, and so it was just, but I had the mastectomy, ended up having 6 rounds of chemotherapy. Then I had 6 weeks of radiation that I finished last September, end of September.
Good for you.
I'm doing good right now. I'm coming out of it with talking with some therapists.
That is good.
Yeah.
So you're doing good. That's the
my
good news.
family has been a huge support. Because I have, like I said, the brain tumor disorder. I've had tumors that were wrapped around my brain stem at the top of my spinal cord that I've had removed 3 times.
Oh my goodness.
They keep growing back. First time it was removed, it was taking up 80 or 90% of the spinal column opening. So it was...
That puts pressure on you, hurts you, I imagine. No?
Yeah. It was slow growing because I was still functioning. But
when they remove it, you feel good?
Yeah. It causes other problems. It caused spinal fluid leaks. I just like to spring leaks. So the first time I had the tumor removed, because I have everything done up at Vanderbilt and I live in Athens, so that's an hour and a half away. And when I came home after having the surgery, my sister-in-law is a nurse, so I okayed it with the doctor to let her remove my stitches when it was okay. And because the first incision was started below my ear and went up and then all the way down to the bottom of my neck, so it was a huge incision.
So how did you hear about us? Because you don't go to Clearview?
Yes, that's where I did all my chemotherapy, and Dr. Marshall Schroeder is my oncologist.
Oh, okay.
I was just on Clearview's website going through everything, and I was going through the recent newsletter and saw a picture on there and just...
So you seen where I had my cast on and I was with Dr. Mandang that's talking about it?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you seen?
Yes.
That's awesome.
And then I saw your ride with Landon and subscribe to the
Thank you so much.
website, the YouTube.
Thank you so much. I've been trying to get them to put it on the Clearview Cancer because I know people would want to see
I
the
had
other
to
cancer.
dig through it to
I know
find
it's been
it,
almost a year.
but it was.
If they would put it on there, more people will see the other cancer rides. It has to be inspiring to help them.
Oh yeah, it was really, because I mean, there's so much that we go through, and I mean, you obviously know. I mean, you've been through so much of it, and with so much of it being with COVID, we're just stuck by ourselves. And
now, when I started my majority, it was like 12 years ago, so I didn't have to deal with the COVID.
Right.
You know.
And it's, I mean, even with chemotherapy, I had to go back there by myself, and Mom had to sit in the waiting room or in the car.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Up until the very last visit, when I was able to ring the bell, she got to come back for the bell ringing.
We are back. Any more stuff you'd like to talk about?
Don't reckon. Like I said, the cancer's just a small portion of my story, but it plays into it, and
yep, sure does.
It's there, and well, the cancer's gone, but
cancer's gone, but you still got the cyst, I guess. Tumors.
I had, I mean, besides the brain tumor, I had a tumor in my spinal column that was wrapped around the spinal cord.
Okay, start over about when you went in to go have surgery.
Okay, about 5 years ago, I went in to have a tumor removed from T7 to T9, and when the doctor made the first incision on my back to remove the surgery, they lost all signal from my brain to arms and legs. They changed out the machines, they changed out the leads, and they couldn't get anything back. They didn't know what was going on. They didn't know why they lost it. They couldn't find a reason why. So the surgeon stopped the surgery and went to talk to my husband. And between the two of them, they decided to cancel the surgery and close me up. And when I woke up in recovery, I had everything back. I was able to move my arms, move my legs, and the only explanation is it's a God thing.
Absolutely.
So that's 6 months later, I tried it again. Surgeon was scared to death. He kept asking me over and over, are you sure you want to try it? And I did end up in rehab for a month afterwards, but as you can see, I'm walking, I'm moving my arms, moving my legs. So I'm doing good now.
Great. That is awesome.
What an awesome
So God is definitely looking after me.
Yes, He is.
Oh, I love it.